What's up, guys? It's Mr. Jamvid, and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server. It's Uber Sunday, baby. Let's get this popping. After a week of not seeing my voice, I'm gonna say seeing my face, as if you see my face. Yeah, the Shellgon's my face. Face reveal has been up for a while now. But yeah, you know how we do. Uber Sunday, we just gonna ride it out. So might be usually Uber Sundays aren't just 30 minutes; they're usually like longer formatted. And it's actually been a part of that tradition. Like, it's as much as Uber Sunday is a tradition, it would almost be guaranteed that those videos would be back in the day. You know, when Arceus and whatnot were around. You know, we'd just be vibing, and we're on the ladder, and those could go up to an hour and a half, near 2 hours, and it's just Gliscor Toxic Stall, if you know what it is. Well, yeah, I just needed to take a step back, figure some things out. I didn't want to force the upload, just to say I uploaded, because you know, most of you know money is not something I make very much of. But at the same time, I don't want to neglect the channel because I don't intend to go anywhere. So it's, you know, that right balance with YouTube, right? We're gonna pause till we get a battle. So after 25 days, we found a battle. I'm top 50 on the ladder apparently, so that may explain why, you know, explain the lack of battle. Weakness policy. I don't have Swords Dance on this team. Interesting. I wonder what the wonder what the shuckle is. Not having it might be to my benefit, but one of these mons could be sashed, and if one is sashed, then Necrozma doesn't thrive like it could. So we'd have to get a hazard up, because there's no way Necrozma is one-shotting Shuckle, which would be nice to break through the sturdy. But as I said, if like Marshadow is sashed or something, so let's see how we can destroy him with Darmanitan. I know what I will do, because he has no what I'll do is taunt first to break the potential mental herb. He might not have mental herb, but it's, you know, highly likely he doesn't have it, so it's a good thing I went Frostlass. Amazing. What I was going for there is if he committed to a hazard, Frostlass would have allowed for ooh, I'm gonna hit you with this wind, bro. Oh, I was expecting him to have like rapid spin and whatnot, so reflect isn't good there, but it does let me know that he is definitely committing to keeping this thing alive. So he's at -2 speed. He might not even have a move to hit me. I mean, certainly he'd have Volt Switch, right? I'm thinking about setting up. I guess I don't need another layer, 3 layers. But I'm not KOing him, so there's no point in me Icy Winding. So on the off chance he doesn't have it, which it seems to be the case. Ooh, that is lovely. Which means that I get to wind here. I am faster than this Marshadow. Very poor decision on my opponent's part to bulk up there, considering, you know, having a Veltal to come in. So like, he's allowing me to stall out his reflex here, which is great. And we get to bond, because now, yeah, now you got to and Shadow Sneak's gone. Oh, that's not what you want, because now you can never sneak for the KO. So I get 3 layers of spikes. It's actually perfect, because Regieleki dies to spikes. Couple options here, but the best option is certainly to go to Yveltal. Oblivion Wing is free. I'm not sure if Darkbolts probably would have killed 3 screens, but it based out Shuckle. Yeah, Lecky dies because it's 25%, but he could have, you know, out Showdown Calyxar, and so now this is a position you don't want to be in. He has 1 more turn of screens, but it's unlikely this Shuckle can do much to me. Yeah, goes to Veil, but he's going to benefit from having that last turn of screens. So very overwhelming presence, positioning ourselves immensely, excellently. As now with a trick room from really either of them, either of my beasts in the back, this is over. And so because we have Sucker Punch, and that pretty much does them in, I want to save my Veltal and fire off his meter beam. Hopefully we connect. We do. And so the gall of you going into your Shuckle on me. So he's gonna go for Sticky Web. Doesn't matter. Might have Encore. I could just go to, I mean, Veltal is always gonna outspeed Kyogre anyway, so we might as well go for the potential KO with Dynamax Cannon here, as it does KO because it's modest +1 special attack. And so Calyrex forced to come in at Astral Barrage as we go hard Vel, because it covers anything. If he goes for anything funny, then we have Darmanitan in the back. Yeah, we just Dark Pulse here. Yeah, so now we just Sucker, and that's perfect because now we just U-turn twice, shut the Kyogre down. He might forfeit here, but again, it was so difficult to find a battle that I wouldn't be shocked if we got the same dude again. But I think his lack of knowledge about what Frostlass does really did him in. Probably just gonna Origin Pulse, yeah. But Vel, I mean not Vel, the Canister, obviously he's gonna eat that up. And yeah, pretty smooth first game. No rocks on the team. Whatever. He actually managed to get #1 with this team, so he's a 3-star player. But I don't know how long ago. He said a while, so you know, maybe in the beginning. But a #1 is a #1 regardless of when. So you know, he was adapting to the meta game, and you know, the top players weren't able to adapt well enough to what he had going on. And my man is using 3 ice types. Only in Uber can you get away with crazy shit like this. Let's see. Speaking of which, Ho-Oh could mess me up because of that. So that's one of my qualms. But I think Darm is problematic enough to threaten anything he could lead with, except Necrozma, which could make some sense versus Frostlass. But if that's the case, then so be it. Then all I need to do really is to beat down the Necrozma, and because my Eternatus is really good here. Beat that, but I don't want Groudon leading. And the reason Frostlass I'm like wary of it is because if he goes for eternal fire, where did the Sacred Fire, it will KO me through the sash, and then I can't Destiny Bond him if he gets the burn. So I'm gonna aim for a TR Calyrex situation, or maybe we can do something with Necrozma, but we'll need some hazards up first. But I figured he'd lead Ho-Oh. I'm not sure how common Stone Edge is. I'm just gonna click it. If he goes to the Necrozma, he goes to the Necrozma, so be it. I feel like rock moves are relatively common. Okay, nice. So you know what's funny? I was gonna be like, is Stone Edge really worth it? You know, coverage sense. But clearly it is, and so don't ever question the maker of the team. That's the life lesson there. Ooh, homie, you tripping? Don't ever do some crazy shit like you're trying to do right now ever again. So a couple options here. I could cut his speed with Icy Wind. Icy Wind can miss, right? Yeah. I could Destiny Bond, but then he just Rock Polish again, which isn't horrible. Like Rock Polishing again isn't a horrible thing. I might even outspeed him after one. Okay. Ooh, that crit sucked. So now Darm definitely. Well, Darm was gonna kill it anyway, assuming I connected. But me not having spikes does suck. Oh, that sucks. That's some bullshit. That spike is huge. Oh, that's some bullshit, bro. That's why you don't use Precipice Blades. I'd leave too, man. those can't speak. Those were some crucial misses. And guys, actually, in my quote unquote hiatus, I've noticed, because Blunder. Well, I guess Joey and Blunder are doing the mega side ladder again, so he's coming back in the game. But hasn't been too much competitive content for you guys as of late. I'm just big on, if I'm gonna do it, put out grade A, because you come to me for competitive content. So if I'm not, get the fuck out of here. This team isn't this. Get the fuck out of here. You mean to tell me this team is common enough to where I can mirror match? Is this RMT'd or is this the maker of the team? Regardless, this is gonna make things very interesting. We're both very weak to Veltal, and so the question is who's gonna beat up who better. We're both very weak to Darm. Have fun. Thank you. But yeah, I saw a video of Nate Likes Chicken, and he's been killing it. So it's cool to see, quote unquote smaller channels. He's just being creative and doing his thing. Fufu did that, and he expanded. I love seeing people express themselves through the game, competitive or not. So many options here. I think I suffered too much if he outleads me. So I don't think Veltal was his best, because you give me 2 spikes and then you get threatened. I guess he commit to spikes. Okay, fair enough. But because Veltal is such a problem to both of us, and Curse Body is a thing, so I guess he's like, okay, I'll just commit to this, and then I'll try to sucker punch you on the taunt. It is risky. I don't think he's gonna sucker, because the switch is pretty obvious. And if I switch and you don't go for it, you're in a horrible position. Problem is you're very weak to Eternatus, and it's faster than Frostlass. Question is Dynamax Cannon, Meteor Beam the player. Meteor Beam guarantees me a KO. Dynamax Cannon probably does too. Do I even need the Meteor Beam for any other time? I'd like it to. No, I don't even want to use it. I'll Dynamax Cannon here. He goes to Duskmane, which would have died to Meteor Beam plus. Him sacking Duskmane opens up our Calyrex, because it's policy, obviously. But me Meteor Beaming would have taken Necrozma. I'm pretty sure with the, if Dynamax Cannon did that. Well, I don't know. Meteor Beam plus 1 special attack probably would have done him in, if I'm honest. But again, as I said, Veltal is super important. Super important. I wouldn't be surprised if he Sunseal strikes. But no, he's committing to. He's just gonna go for the Sunseal strike. We give me again. This opens up Calyrex. Veltal is very good, as I said, but it wasn't good enough to where I could just do whatever the hell I wanted. Even if he high horsepower is here, do I even want to switch? VSDs. Yeah, I can switch. VSDs, I pivot back to it's too risky to Swords Dance there. 2 turns of Trick Room left. Glacial Lance hurt. Him sacking this means that my Calyrex will sweep him, because he's gonna get his policy, of course. Then he gets the Glacial Lance. Question is, what do I want him to lance? And my Calyrex will have to set up versus his Darm, and then we just lance through his entire team. If I give up Necrozma, I go to Thingy and Oblivion Wing. Yeah, so be it. Yeah. Because I have a couple options here. I could Darmanitan, because soon he's gonna be icicle crashable too. Can go Darm. I could Eternatus Flamethrower, but then that frees up his Darm. But that's probably what I want though. I probably want his Darm freed up, lock itself into Icicle Crash. I Trick Room. Question is, would I kill his Frostless? Otherwise, we're staring down Eternatus with Yveltal. He gets his Meteor Boost, or whatever it's called, Meteor Beam Boost. I go to Darm, and I'm risking a Okay. Actually, probably should have went Eternatus there. I meant to. In my head, I was thinking Eternatus, but Yveltal came out. The reason is because I'm like, okay, I want to have Darmanitan having to come in versus Eternatus, so that's what I should have went to there. But I think I'll still have that opportunity, especially because I think maybe if I hadn't done that, he might have sacked his Yveltal. Well, if he didn't sack it there, I doubt it, because a key component for this to work properly is for him to not save the Calyrex. Excuse me. And there's the Eternatus as expected, and then it's coming down to Darm hitting and whatnot. Eternatus is pretty damn good. It forces the hit. So as I said, okay, so it doesn't even Meteor Beam, which is a good play. So now this comes down to Darm and Fun Times versus his Darm too. He goes for hard Frostlass, which is good for us. Hopefully we don't get the what. Okay, it doesn't happen, which is good. So it forces his Darm in. Well, I guess Vel is what he wants to go to first. Now if I Trick Room, it's guaranteed over. In fact, I guarantee Trick Room. Well, quote unquote guarantee. I need to hit this and survive and not get crit and all that stuff. But yeah, now he has to go to his Darm. I suppose he could try to win the Speed Time U-turn and then try to get the Meteor Beam off. I actually don't want to sack my Darmanitan. I'm trying to focus on Calyrex when Calyrex might not even be the homie. So yeah, this is good because, well, a couple reasons, but at the very least we can potentially this is where Earthquake would be clutch, but we wouldn't have messed that dude up with the hole otherwise. Okay, so Darm is not playing these games, and so obviously he's gonna Blitz, but Blitz won't kill Calyrex because it's Calyrex. I'm still gonna Trick Room just because it's weakness policy and he already knows what it is. Yeah, this guy doesn't. You should see this shit in VGC is impossible to kill. Good game. Shit is impossible to kill. So that's why I know, like, just because the Trick Room there was pretty extra. But I mean, like, gotta get some tips from the Academy. Shout outs to the Academy. No, but yeah, so he put out a video on tilting, and obviously I made a ton of videos, but it dawned on me, it's like, man, I really need to do a better job. And I'm rewriting the book, so like it's gonna be super, like, well, not rewriting it, it's technically a different book, but this is gonna go like ultra in depth. I thought I went all in the last one, but you guys have taught me so much. And the most important thing to note is the information is not my information, it's your information, because I learn it from helping you. Meaning, if I had no test subjects, because I don't have a better word to use there, I wouldn't have the information. So I'm not pulling this from my big brain or some shit like that. These are all tested processes. I wouldn't even call it theory at this point, because it has 100% success rate if followed. So these aren't theory. I want to take the theory out of Pokemon and give you the science. So I might name it the science of competitive Pokemon, or the art and science. I haven't decided yet. But this shit is gonna go deep, and it covers everything, like the tilting and all the psychological components. It's a literal ladder step to success. Even though a lot of y'all are already having success, but long talking aside, Vel is damn good. Marshadow makes sense. Yep. Couple options here, but if he's question is, like, do I care more about getting up a spike and him not being sashed? Him being sashed would be a big problem. So question is here, right? So what I'm aiming for game plan wise is to really abuse him with a Veltal, and then ideally in the late game, Calyrex him, because his main Calyrex answer would be Kyogre and Kyogre, as far as like something that can take a Glacial Lance, right? So if it's a Sash variant, it's significantly weaker, and I'm open to taking a couple of hits. I'll get everything back from Oblivion Wing anyway. Shadow Snake, right? Which I figured as much. Again, didn't want Vel to take any damage at all, but hand has been forced. But he goes hard, Vel, assuming Spadef, which is it's like max Spadef. I am Life Orb, damn near max special attack. That missed. Like, he is. That shit did so little. He might be a Soul Vest. Like, good God. So that's not good. But we kind of accounted for stuff like this. Again, we're gonna be overwhelming with Darmanitan, really all of them. But we just gotta position everybody for success. Oh, that defog is huge. But he'll stay in here. Ooh, who switches there? Who switches to Eternatus of all things too? You're definitely a bulky variant. What? Why did he make that switch then? I mean, it makes sense for what I have. So like now I'm in a pickle because of that, especially if he CCs. But it crits me with Spectral Thief, which is a big deal. Because now he can potentially KO me. Depending on what he has. If he has like a Rock Tomb, maybe. But big crit there. Big crit. But now he switches out, which allows us to taunt and 1v1 this. I could have knock. Yeah, him removing that spike is huge, because I'm pretty sure his Marshadow is sashed the way he's playing. And so I'm gonna have to sacrifice probably Necrozma to knock's annoying if he has it. Yeah, but again, not easy to kill a Veltal. And if push comes to shove, he goes Dialga, which is actually it depends. I was gonna say which is actually good, but it depends. Cause these lefties, I've shown taunt. One would assume what? Man, this fucking Marshadow not having its sash broken is a big deal. Let's think here. What would a defensive Dialga have? It's actually harder than I thought. I should have game planned this a little better. For sash, maybe it was worth Icy Winding turn 1 just to get guarantee the sash, but I figured, okay, well, we'll get the damage off anyway. or we'll get him to switch back in on spikes. But it didn't cross my mind that he'd defog first. And in hindsight, there was very little downside to taunting. I could just stay in an Oblivion Wingspan. That actually was a really stupid switch. Deserved to lose there. I figured he had T-Way, which is why I didn't immediately. This Quake. Oh my fucking god, that's so big. That I know he's going Vel. That is such a big. Luckily we don't get paralyzed there. It's a really big SD here, so we can one shot in case he has a fire move. Ooh, the justice is delicious. But unfortunately, thank you, Nick. That helps with Necrozma, but now he got rocks up, and you know, obviously we can't let him get this boost or we just get swept from there. 25%. If he's not a maybe going to Vel and sucker punching. Let me see this calc. So now you see the, well, I guess maybe the crit didn't even end up mattering. I think I managed to get back up to full anyway. Mars Shadow, OU, Life Orb, Mars Shadow, Uber Life, whatever, Uber Scarf. Yeah. Eveltal. Why is there no Uber, like the most typical set? We just need the EV spread anyway, so it doesn't matter. But close combat does 50 to 59. It's a lot more than I can give. I could sucker punch and then go to not having heavy duty boots blows. But maybe Vel can win the end game too. Is it better to Icicle Crash here? It would make sense for him to Shadow Sneak, so that if I U-turn, you can't switch this up. Because what I could do is, it goes hard Kyogre. It's actually not bad for us because it's the one thing that Calyrex can't destroy easily. So now we're in a position where maybe we can do something with Marsh. The question is, Origin Pulse, right? Origin Pulse. Might need a flinch here. There's no switch I can make. I could sack Necrozma, but then what? It might be impossible now. No, maybe not. Not if I get enough Oblivion Wing damage. That's a big flinch there. That's like a game-changing flinch. Goes Cali. Now I can sack. Is that true? The way he's playing is as if everything on his team is sashed. But Calyrex probably can to Ace Scarf. Never mind. Damn. I'll still sucker. He goes Marsh though. There might be hope. Man, if I Oblivion Wing there, the game was over. The game was over, but now I lose for sure. Maybe not. Maybe Necrozma can live a Shadow Sneak. I doubt it. Even with because I don't have any HP. Well, I have a lot of HP investment. Yeah, I do survive. Yeah. So my play for Darm was to switch and sack Necrozma, unless I crit here. yeah. So that spike was game changing. Yeah, good game. My opponent played the Mars Shadow very well. I didn't respect the sash enough, and again, it crossed my mind. I'm like, sash there would be a problem, and that's just how important that is. So, glad I brought it as close as I did, just given the circumstances. But I think I could have won that game. That played better, especially versus Vel. Why the hell wouldn't I taunt there? If I took all the time to get up that, like, why wouldn't I taunt there? Complete brain fart there. But it is what it is. TR is his mode, which is kind of good for me because our Calorexes are just so problematic for each other. But he has a counter as well. But I'm gonna punish heavy with. I'm gonna let him trick room. I'm not gonna let him trick room. Yes, I am gonna let him trick room, especially because I don't think he'll trick room turn 1. Yeah. Now he'll trick room here. I'm debating. Do I even need to spike again? Taunt here. Question is what I do after that. If I get this correct and bond is really obvious, so I'll taunt here, yeah, and bond suppresses whatever he can switch to, yeah. Okay, yeah. Excellent. So he gets the free trick room, but he seems to just be a foul play variant. Those spikes are gonna be huge. Like, Veltal is really going to have a field day right now, especially if foul plays his only attack. Veltal is really about to have a field day. He might not be able to attack here, so he's gonna have to give up a Pokemon. Should likely be Dialga. Yeah. Yup. Okay, that's wonderful. It's wondrous. It might not even be able to beat Yveltal. If he goes Kyogre here, that means the Porygon only has foul play. Yeah. So obvious Ice Beam here, but I don't think that's too big a deal. Tempted to go to Darm. Eternatus is my only water resist. Darm doesn't pick up any KOs and is fodder under Trick Room. And if I can catch him on an Ice Beam here, it puts me in such a phenomenal position, because he's definitely, well, it doesn't have to be choice, to be fair. If he leaves it in, if that means he's not choice, or is it just, he is, but yeah, I guess he just predicted well. Okay, because what I'm trying to do is stall out the rain turns, so you can't just trick room freely. But let me think, what would I need to do? I don't think there's any way around that. I could flamethrower hard here. No, that doesn't really solve anything. Yeah, it goes neck. Okay, we'll just do our Calyrex off. That's not something you win. That's not a matchup you win. That's not a situation. Oh, that's tough burn. Doesn't change anything, because as I said, that Calyrex matchup is not something you come out on top of, especially because mine is gonna have the boost. I could Swords Dance here. Oh, he goes hard Calyrex ass. This is over for sure now. You never go hard Calyrex ice there. Ooh, but I forgot who I'm dealing with here. He's mad bulky. He doesn't want to give me the what's his face, the boost, the item, you know what I'm talking about. So let's find out who is slower under Trick Room, because I don't know my speeds and all that. So I'm slower under Trick Room, which is good to know. High horsepower. Okay then. So high horsepower, Swords Dance. Or is it a speed tie? It could be a speed tie, which I don't want to play with. Me saving Calyrex means it guarantees that he'll never Trick Room again. If he never Trick Rooms again, then he just loses to Veltal. Seems I'm consistently winning it. It's hard to say. If I trick room here, I'm consistently winning that tie. I'd be tight if he wins this one, but I have a Veltal, so I'm not like, okay. So Rex is about to eat my man alive. Holy crap, it lived. Impossible. Porygon can go down to 112, but if he foul plays, it gives me so he's slower on the trick room. Okay, yeah. Since he was right at 33. Actually, that might have been a misplay. No, it's not. I think I win with the Veltal here anyway, even if he knocks me out with foul play. TR's good play. Now it might matter. With because if he doesn't knock me out, I just sweep him back. Dracovish slow. Actually, Dracovish. I actually don't want him having a ton of speed here. Dracovish is problematic. Yeah. You can't touch me outside of foul play. Good sack to get the Dracovish in. Problem is then you just lose once I stall out these trick room turns, which is now. Because you left your Porygon at 20%, so this game's over. Let's think. If he's slower, it doesn't matter. I just need the damage. Holy fucking shit. I wonder if Dark Pulse kills. Dark Pulse doesn't kill. Did I lose? Did I flinch him, didn't I? Ooh. That was some bullshit. I didn't think Dark Pulse wouldn't kill him. Life Orb Dark Pulse to Dracovish. And I also did not think he would be able to kill me from full. Like, I'm max HP Necrozma. So he actually he outplayed me there. And I got fortunate. If it killed Necrozma, I'm pretty sure it would have killed I'm max speed. It's just no way. Y'all speed did not die from this. So my opponent did better in the end game there. I did not risk, because I was like, maybe I don't kill Necrozma, and it dawned on me that I'm slower than Dracovish. So my actually should have Swords Dance with my Calyrex. I would have swept him earlier, because Porygon would live. That Porygon lived a lot of stuff that I didn't expect it to live like easily. So it was max defense, and I was expecting it to be like a mixed sort of variant. And I probably would have survived the foul play from the Porygon, because it's like unstabbed and no darkness aura and all that. So, but I mean, the Dracovish ended up outspeeding me, if I recall correctly, and I'm absolute min speed. Yeah, like I literally can't go any slower. So he runs absolute min on his Dracovish. What's my Calyrex? Calyrex absolute min too. So I could have just been. I doubt I won that many speed ties. Like, I literally won every single speed tie, and when he was outside of trick room, he outsped. So I doubt it's like that was just luck. But if it was, then it is what it is. What it is. So we're gonna pause for our final one. All right. So we got another Lecky. We got another Groudon. I can't even necessarily say I played ultra well this live. Ultra well. There are levels to the well. Jam does ultra well. No. Meaning, looking back, I remember I lucked guys Groudon, and it's actually pretty. All of them were winnable games for sure. But my game plans could have been tighter. In fact, I didn't even have a game plan going into this. I figured it might be a voltage variant, which is why I didn't want to waste the time going for it. I guess nah. I mean, Icy Wind would have been helpful versus, but I don't want to Icy Wind him go Giratina. I don't know, my Jamaican accent came out there. Him go Giratina, and then yeah. But it's probably Sneak coming out. If he Dracos, he's king. Like that Draco for me is really bad. Like really, 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 really bad. If he goes for that. But I'd love to save this if I can, because he guards so poorly against Yveltal. I don't think he'd risk Destiny Bond though. Yeah. Should have just listened. But watch him stay and eat in defog. I doubt he'd be defog with Yveltal on his team. So the mistake we made last time was allowing that. Lecky's probably specs though, if I'm honest. Oh shit. I need this to die. Okay. If that didn't kill, I probably lost. No. It would have been hard though. Maybe not. Because basically what I had to do at that point was prevent the Vel from defogging. And I have enough offensive weapons to do so. Methinks. Question is here. Well, Necrozma is damn good. But it ain't like picking up Oko is good. Especially if I get him to use a super effective move here, as he has the black sludge. Question is, do you have Will-O-Wisp on that Giratina? Because one would assume Giratina would rear its ugly head here. And also it's a defensive Yveltal, methinks. So I probably could have gotten some health back with the wing there, but between Life Orb and the damage, I don't know. Because again, I could see Yveltal coming out here. And then, maybe that's okay. Because it forces either a Roost or a Defog. And if he Roosts, then we're in the position we wanted to be earlier anyway. Because we want to bait out his Necrozma with our Eternatus. Unless he knocks here, that would suck. That wouldn't really make... I guess I wouldn't say it wouldn't make sense. But that's just not the option I'd expect here. Yeah. And so this is Excelente because it ensures me a KO unless I miss. Because the damage here is going to be crucial for that flamethrower afterwards, and there's no pivot he can make. And so that means Calyrex just clicks that ice move. And I can Trick Room on... I doubt this Yveltal has Sucker Punch because he has to have Defog. Not yet. Try. Yeah. Why not give it a go? I might be slower. Oh man. It might be GG then. Depending on what his Groudon set is. Vel certainly lives. Yeah. If he went to Vel, it's definitely GG. Because I get to get the special attack boost twice. It's the thing with Meteor Beam, right? It's such a dumb move. You essentially get the boost twice. And now his Groudon definitely died. Yeah, now it's definitely GG. Because Dynamax can't miss. It's a waste of time going for Shadow Sneak. But I don't blame him. 23 head calc. Okay, GG. GG, bud. But yeah, so that's it. That is gonna be your live for today. Notice how it's 40 in the 40s. This is the real Uber live that you guys deserve for my unacceptable hiatus. But hopefully this can mend the wounds that I've caused. And yeah, hit the like button down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.